Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Ceili, and if you want to see how I got this autumn look, please stick around. One of the most important parts of any makeup routine is skincare. I've already cleansed my face, and I'm making sure to drink lots of water to keep hydrated. To help with the hydration in my face, I'm going in with e.l.f.'s Superhydrate Moisturizer. Now this has a gel-like consistency and feels just like I dumped my face into a cold pool. I'm making sure this is completely dry before moving on to the next step. After that, I'm using Glam Glow's Brighteyes on my under eye area to get rid of any signs of exhaustion. I'm using my finger to apply this with the lightest pressure possible since this area is so sensitive. As with most of my looks, I'm starting with my eyes for easy cleanup if there's any fallout, beginning with P. Louise's Blank Canvas and a JH42 Morphe brush. All the brushes I use in this video are from the Jaclyn Morphe collection. I'm going in with my Morphe Beauty Sponge to blend out any creases that may have appeared during application, and then to set my base, I'm using Mercier's setting powder in translucent and a JH35 brush. By setting the cream base with a powder, we're making it easier for our eyeshadows to blend together as we apply them. For this look, I'm using Jaclyn Palette by Morphe, starting with the shade Silk Cream. Using a JH34 brush, I'm placing this shade on the bottom part of my crease, moving my brush back and forth with light pressure to blend it out. As I do this, I consistently check back and forth between both eyes to make sure they are even and there are no harsh lines. I'm using this shade to add depth back into my eye. Since we've added P. Louise as our base, our eye has gotten a little dead. Next, I'm going in with the shade Roxanne on a JH33 brush, and I'm placing this on the outer corner of my eye close to the lash line. By placing the shades here, I'm creating the illusion of a larger eye. Once again, make sure this is blended out with no harsh lines. On top of Roxanne, I'm taking the shade Jax on the same JH33 brush and blending the two together. This is going to add more depth to that outer corner, creating a more intense lift to the eyes. Dipping into the shade Chip with a JH43 brush, I'm placing this right on the lash line and flicking this shade up. Because I won't be using eyeliner for this look, this is going to help my lashes look fuller at their base. Last, I'm placing the shade Little Lady on the center and inner corner of my lid to brighten the eyes and add a bit of shimmer. To do this, I'm using the JH41 brush. Next, I'm going into my foundation routine, starting with the Ciate London Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer. This primer is refreshing on the skin and creates a sticky base for the foundation to cling to. It also smells amazing. Once again, I'm making sure that this is completely dried down before applying my foundation. Taking Maybelline's Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation in the shade 112 Natural Ivory, I'm placing this in dots all over my face, then blending it out with Morphe's Beauty Sponge. This foundation has been my favorite for years, and it still does not disappoint. Then I'm using Maybelline's Instant Age Rewind Eraser in the shade 110 Fair and placing this under the eyes to brighten them and make myself look more awake. I'm also placing this on the sides of my nostrils and the corners of my mouth where women tend to get redness. Once again, I'm using Morphe's Beauty Sponge to blend it out. Going into the Ciate London Watermelon Burst Setting Powder with Morphe's Beauty Sponge, I'm using this to set under my eyes, down my nose, the center of my forehead, and my chin. I'm using Laura Mercier's setting powder to set the rest of the face with the JH01 brush. For blush and contour, I'm using Pacifica's Matte Blush and Bronzer. Starting with the bronzer on a JH04 brush, I'm placing this in the hollows of my cheeks, keeping it back towards the ears. If this is brought too far forward, it can make you look a little too gaunt or sickly. Placing it just right will help add shape and depth back into the face. I'm also placing this in the temples right next to my eyes to help make the cheekbones look more prominent, and on the jawline to help define and slim the face. And lastly, I'm brushing this lightly to the sides of my nose just to add a little bit of definition back into the center of the face. Then I'm taking the blush on a JH05 brush, applying it to the apples of the cheeks and blending it back towards the hairline. Try to be light-handed with this, we don't want to look sunburned. Next, I'm filling in my brows with the Billion Dollar Brows Universal Brow Pencil. I don't really have much to offer in tips when it comes to brows, just that you should remain light-handed and stay true to your natural brow shape. We don't want the brows to overpower the face, but we also need them to shape the face and give a nice frame. So take your time and remember, sisters, not twins. I'm setting my brows with the Billion Dollar Brows Brow Gel. Returning to the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, I'm using the shades Roxanne, Jax, and Chip on the lower lash line. Using a JH39 brush, I'm placing Roxanne along the entire lower lash line, and I'm focusing Jax and Chip on the outer corner. I'm using a JH40 brush to blend it all out. Taking NYX's Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, and definitely a Turn On Extreme Shine eyeliner in the shade Glitzy Gold, I'm placing this on the waterline to brighten the eye once more and add a pop of shine to the lower lash line. For mascara, I'm using Maybelline's Lash Sensational Mascara. I start with curling my lashes as close to the base of the lash as I can and squeezing the curler multiple times before releasing the lashes. Then I apply a light coat of mascara while looking down into a mirror so as to avoid mascara transferring to my lid. I'm applying a pair of Newcally false lashes in the style Natural 1 using Duo Lash Glue and a pair of tweezers. I start by applying glue to both lashes and letting the glue dry for at least a minute before applying. Once the lash is ready, I place it as close to the base of my lashes as possible, focusing on the inner and outer corners, as these can come up easily. Then I pinch the false lashes with my natural lashes at the base to blend them. Once both lashes have been applied, I use my eyelash curler to blend the lashes further and add some lift. On the lower lash line, I'm applying Ciate London's Triple Shot Double XL Mascara to balance out the top lashes. Next, I'm highlighting using the OFRA and Nikki Tutorials highlighter in the shade Glazed Donut on a JH09 brush. I'm placing this on the tops of my cheekbones, on the tip and bridge of my nose, and on my cupid's bow to make my lips look fuller. Using a JH38 brush, I'm also placing this highlighter on the inner corner of my eye and on my brow bone, just beneath the brows, just to add a little bit of pop to these areas of the face as well. Next, I'm taking my Kiss and Smink lip crayon in the shade Tavarua, I hope I'm saying this right, and I'm just filling in my lips. I do overline my top lip just a little bit, only because my lips are kind of not symmetrical, but it's just a personal preference. And finally, I'm taking my OFRA Lip Gloss in the shade Natural, and I'm going over that lip crayon color just to give a little bit of shine and add a little bit of a fullness to my lip. And that's it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this look and that I was able to help out with some of my tips and tricks for your makeup routines. Fall is my absolute favorite time of year, and I love spending time with friends and family, even though I know this year is going to be a little bit different with all the holidays since we can't really go out and do much. But I hope you all stay happy and stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.
This is using that random Tinkerbell filter, y'all. I don't know how I feel about this. Girl, she got some lips. What do they think Tinkerbell looks like, y'all?